What's up and what's good? Good evening, everybody, East, West, North, South, worldwide, and welcome to Loc'D On Sports 216 with me, Keith Allen, on this rainy Thursday evening here in the land. What's going on? What's good, everybody? I'm up here getting my things together. I'm a little late, but I'm always on time. Anyway, first things first, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me start all over. I'm messing up already. Here we go. First off, we're going to do this. Loc'D On Sports. We're going to talk about Cleveland sports as far as the Browns, the Guardians, and the Cavaliers. But first things first, the chat lines are open. So feel free to hit me up and we can holler and everything. The chat lines are definitely open. 2, subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. That's right, the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. And last but not least, as I scroll down here, we come on live every Thursday at 7 p.m. That's right, every Thursday at 7 p.m. And you notice I said we, because my man Sean C., he's under the weather. Best wishes and prayers for him to get well and have a speedy recovery. But we come on live every Thursday at 7 p.m. That's right, every Thursday at 7 p.m. I got that scrolling. Also, I tell you, like I said, subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. That's right. Subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. The video on Facebook will be on my regular Facebook page, Keith Allen page. The second one will be on that. Then I will share it eventually on the sports page, Loc'D On Sports group page. Because for some reason my comments don't come in as Facebook user. And I'm kind of tired of that. So let's go first things first. As we start off, we're going to talk about the Cleveland Browns. Let me show off my logo. Wait a minute, before we do all that. Also, Loc'D On Sports is brought to you by 24KT Chocolate's Boutique. Specializes in t-shirts and just about everything. Everything there is, she specializes in. Also, Katanda Studios. Be sure to check out the comic books of Iron Dragon. That's my man Joe Simpty. Shout out to him. And my man Sean C. Both of them got it going on with them comic books. So, order Katanda Studios. But, first things first, we're going to talk about the Cleveland Browns. We're going to go back to Sunday, even though a lot of us don't want to go back to Sunday. I don't. But Cleveland Browns took on the Baltimore Ravens this past Sunday. And the results weren't good at all. First off, starting quarterback Deshaun Watson didn't play. Second of all, rookie quarterback DTR Dorian Thompson-Robinson started his first game as an NFL quarterback. And third, unfortunately, it had to be against the Baltimore Ravens. And the Ravens took full advantage, defeating the Browns 28-3. It's an ugly loss. And the game actually was over in the first quarter. I mean, not the first quarter, first half. Let me take that back. The first half, the game was over in the first half. And really, in the second half, the Ravens just ran dives and ran counters and everything just to run the clock out. Because I think even Jim Harbaugh knew that it wasn't a fair... Well, Harbaugh knew that it wasn't a fair fight. About Deshaun Watson, we ain't have a chance in hell. And Dorian Thompson-Robinson got a rude introduction to the league. Very rude introduction to the league. He was 19 of 36 for 121 yards and 3 interceptions. Ouch. Whew. Ew. Whew. Tough. And truthfully, he probably should have threw about 3 or 4 more interceptions easily. Could easily threw about 6 or 7 picks. But our hope is not lost. True enough, it was a bad loss at home to your division rival, which dropped the Browns to 2-2 and in third place in the AFC North behind Baltimore and Pittsburgh. And it was a brutal loss. But all is not lost as far as the season goes. And I'll say this also, though, for DTR. DTR had a bad game, but Kevin Stefanski didn't do him no favors either. I'll just say that. Sometimes you have to simplify the game plan for your rookie quarterback. You can't call the game as if Deshaun is out there. And hopefully this is a teaching and learning moment for Stefanski as well, as is for DTR. Even though he didn't know he was starting till about an hour and a half, 2 hours before the game. But he did take most of the first team snaps in practice because Deshaun Watson has a shoulder injury, which might have something to do with some fluid in his rotator cuff, which that news ain't good at all. And honestly, I'd rather have him sit out now. Sit out now, where you sit out this week, then you got the bye week. Then hopefully his shoulder get right and be ready to go against San Francisco. Then trot him out there and then get hit on that shoulder and Lord knows what may happen. And you know, Kevin will never live it down if he got hurt and was out for 10 or 12 games. So I guess Stefanski then was playing a long game. But Coach Kev gets no pass. Because if Deshaun hadn't thrown all week till Sunday, and you had DTR practicing with the first team, you should have had an alternate game plan, considering that you were starting a rookie on his first start against the Baltimore Ravens. Just on some real stuff. You should have had a different game plan just to simplify it. Just to simplify it some. Instead of running 5 receiver sets, go max protection. Try to run the ball more. And make it an ugly football game, for real. Make it an ugly, old, typical AFC North football game. To where, hey, the best thing can happen is a punt and field position. And then maybe Baltimore would have made a mistake. Or 2. Or 3. You never know. With the defense playing like they was until that game, you never know. Sometimes you got to play for the win, not play for the style points or play the way you want to play. Especially when things are, how can I say, when you're put in the corner and you don't have your best bat or your best gun for the fight. Sometimes you just gotta alter the offense some. Not to say though, DTR missed some throws too, because he had receivers running around open. But another thing that didn't do DTR no favors either was the offensive line. Good Lord. That dude was running for his life. And I know DTR probably was like, God damn. They weren't coming at me like this during preseason. Yeah, you facing the Ravens. And this is actually a teacher moment for DTR as well. Because a lot of things where probably young rookies probably fall into just because they had success in the preseason doesn't exactly pan out in the regular season. And for DTR to be the quarterback, he has to be a Deshaun Watson clone. He has to otherwise be the first person there, or it's the second person there behind Deshaun. There at the facility behind Deshaun, and the second to last person out. Matter of fact, leaving out probably a little bit later after Deshaun, after studying tape, team tendencies or whatnot, because one thing DTR has learned this week, and he will probably be better for his future, because I'm not writing him off, is that you are always in the NFL one play away or one minor infraction or incident away from being a starter. One play away from being a starter. One play away. So hopefully now he'll really dive into the playbook, study, work on some things, work on that pocket presence. And the main thing I seen with DTR was he wasn't seeing the field at all. He was basically, the game was going 100 miles an hour around him like a tornado. And he was basically looking for help, But it's only one. But from now on in the future, he will probably realize now you have to study. As a quarterback, first one to the room, last one out. First one to the facility, last one out the facility. He has to learn that. And this experience against the Ravens probably taught him something. But moving right along, the O-line didn't do him no favors either. I mean, what can I say? Wyatt Teller wasn't doing too well. Joe Bitonio wasn't doing too well. Jedrick Wills. Like my mom said, if you ain't got nothing good to say about nobody, don't say it at all. That is what it is. Ethan Posick had a bad day, and he got hurt on top of that, too. Could it be the fact that since the Browns have a rookie at right tackle in DeJuan Jones, could it be that Teller is basically, since he's trying to also help out DeJuan at right tackle, that things are going a little awry for him right now at right guard? And could it be the same way with Bitonio, trying to help out Jedrick Wills? Remains to be seen, but hopefully they fix those things on offense coming up against San Francisco, because they're going to need to score all the points they can get. And honestly, with the Browns, if you really look at it, this team could really honestly should be 3-1. But their main detriment this season so far has been turnovers. They had 2 in the Cincinnati game, which they won. They had 4 in the Pittsburgh game, which was a loss. Then they had 1 against Tennessee. And then they had 3 more against Baltimore. So that's 3, 1, that's 4, 8, 10 turnovers in 4 games. Whew. That's too many turnovers. And if you really think about it, all the Browns' turnovers led to Baltimore touchdowns, if I ain't mistaken. Too many turnovers. 10 turnovers, and our quarterbacks account for 7 of them. 7 turnovers. 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles by Deshaun. Um, let's see, 2 interceptions. Yeah, 2 interceptions, 3 by DTR, fumble by Ford, fumble by Njoku, and a fumble by Elijah Moore. So the offense has got to get that solved. As you is not going to win too many games if you keep leading in turnover margin the other way. You're not going to win too many games like that. Now for the defense, it didn't look too good against Baltimore. You know, they held Baltimore under 300 yards total offense, but they gave up 28 points. And if you really think about it, Baltimore kind of slowed it down in the second half. So, but like I said, with the defense, everybody has a bad day. And I just think they was just thrown off rhythm, period, after that interception. Then Lamar cakewalked into the end zone on the first play from scrimmage after, and it was just like the Browns just shell-shocked, like, damn. So I'll give the defense the benefit of the doubt. I definitely give the defense the benefit of the doubt for this past Sunday. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But the offense, they need to get their stuff together. That's for real. They need to get it together. They need to figure it out. Truthfully, the defense could have went out on the bye, and the offense should have really stayed at the facility and worked on some things. No. Because, hey, it's been like Jekyll and Hyde with the offense. Turnovers, picks. Ugh. And you can't do that to consistently win games in the league. But all hope's not lost. The Browns are 2-2 and in third place in the AFC North. And they go against San Francisco next Sunday on October the 15th? If I ain't mistaken, October the 15th. They go up against Brock Purdy in the game. Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel, McCarthy. San Francisco going to be a tough draw, but I think if the Browns play their best game on offense and they don't turn the ball over, and defense plays as it has played in the first 3 games, they can make things interesting against the 49ers. They can definitely make things interesting. But and the special teams has been solid. The special teams has been cool. They've been okay. Kicker Dustin Hopkins has been solid. He's been solid. He done made 3 field goals over 50-plus yards this year. Think about that. Punt return team, Other than that, special teams. But kicking, Bjorkes punting, been solid. Dustin Hopkins, place kicking, solid. Rest, they need to work on that. For real. And my Browns quarter season stars are, let me see where I go. Offense, I ain't trying to be funny. Offense, if I gotta give it to anybody on offense, I'll give a star to Amari Cooper. You get a star on offense. And honestly, after that, that's about it. Amari Cooper and Nick Chubb is off to a blazing start, but Nick Chubb then got hurt and he's out. I would have to give stars to Nick Chubb and Amari Cooper, for real. On offense, as far as the quarter way, offense. Now, defense, that's a whole different story. I can go Myles Garrett, for one. That's obvious. Myles Garrett. I could actually name really the whole defensive line, but I'll just name the defensive standouts. Myles Garrett, and even though he doesn't have no sacks, Zadarius Smith is playing ball too. He's doing his thing too. And so is the other cat that we signed in free agency, or Karanko or something like that. He got 2.5 sacks. He's second on the team in sacks behind Garrett. Also, JOK. And honestly, be honest, for the Browns, I can give the whole defensive line stars as far as for the quarter wave. I can give the Browns' whole defensive line stars. For real, because they done made it happen. So forget it. I'll get the whole defensive line stars. Tomlinson and the guy they got from Seattle, too. But mainly, no, I'm just going to go with Myles Garrett. I'm going to go with Myles Garrett, and I'm going to go with Zadarius Smith and Orianco. On defense, so far that's 3. 4, JOK. Changed the scheme, different offensive coordinator. He's looked like an entirely different dude out there. Entirely different player. Where you went from some publications saying that they were away from him. Now, dude, look like a whole entirely different football player. And he changed his number to number 6. JOK as far as the linebackers. Now, the defensive backfield. Actually, all 3 corners, Martin Emerson, Denzel Ward, and Newsome have all been playing at a high level. They get stars as well for the quarter season mark. All 3 of them get stars. Also, Grant Delpit been playing at that level. Definitely playing at that level. He gets a star as well. Quarter of the season. And actually, and our kickers, Dustin Hopkins and Bjorquez, they both been solid on special teams. They get stars. But the Browns defense as a whole has been, besides the Baltimore game, 3 out of 4, they've been pretty good. 3 out of 4, they've been pretty good. But hey, as far as coaching, Kevin Stefanski, really, he still hasn't shown me that he can get the games that might not be in their favor, but you still pull out. Like, prime example, Pittsburgh game. They had mistakes after mistakes and everything. And really, all they had to do was not mess it up. And they did. But those are the kind of games that Mike Tomlin gets and Jim Harbaugh gets for Baltimore. They get those games that you ain't supposed to get. They wrestle them from losses to wins. And has Kevin done that yet? No. No, he hasn't. It remains to be seen. No. And there's just something about them against the AFC North, against Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Cincinnati, they kill Cincinnati every time, but against Cincy and Baltimore, oh man, whole different story. Whole different story. Be total annihilation. Whole different story. But anyway, enough about the Browns. I'll move right along. Well, actually, I'm going to go to a break. And then when I come back, we're going to talk about the Cavs and the Guardians on Loc'D On Sports 216 with me, Keith Allen, and I'll be right back. So unique at 24 Karat Chocolate's Boutique, where she specializes in custom, handmade, professional t-shirts and hoodies for any occasions, uniforms, puzzles, and towels, and much more. Now don't take my word for it. The work speaks for itself. Let that be the new trendsetter. Customize the way you like it, either for family reunions, gender reveals, graduations, or just a graphic tee. At 24 Karat Chocolate's Boutique. Go and check her out at 1-937-360-4386 or log on at 24 ktchocoliques.info.
You want combat? I'm on that real quick. Iron Dragon with my sword. Lord, I'm so slick. Mano y mano, hand-to-hand combat. I suggest you go ahead, read my stats, homie. I'm all that. Mr. Hands of Death, peep my martial skills. I embark my will until it's fulfilled. You like a mannequin on the ground laying still. For real, I go home, meditate, circulate, cheese, practicing sitting still. I yell out, get out. Today's not the day. I yell out, get out. Today's not the day. Don't let it ring out. Spill out. Better go on your way. Don't let it ring out. Spill out. Better go on your way.
What's up, everybody? Loc'D On Sports 216 with me, Keith Allen, on this rainy Thursday afternoon. By the way, the weather supposed to change after today. Got up to 80 today, but it's not going to be 80 tomorrow. Trust me, it's not going to be 80 tomorrow. But anyway, I'll move right along. Oh, actually, matter of fact, first, like the video, subscribe, and subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. That's right, the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. Got content from Mad Mondays, Loc'D On Sports, and the Triad Committee. Also, like I said, the chat lines is open. Holla at a brother. On here, about to go into some Cavs. Talk about the Cavaliers. Cavaliers who are now just beginning training camp. Well, they had Media Day on October the 2nd, I think. Yeah, they had Media Day. Got lots of new additions to the team. Got Darren Spruce, formerly of Miami. Got Georges Niang, formerly of Philly. Both three-point shooters, by the way. And old friend Tristan Thompson is back in the wine and gold. We needed his physical presence badly. And also, last but not least, rookie second-round draft pick guard forward Imani Bates, who was part of the Cavs Summer League team that won the championship this summer. And this year went fast. Summer just whizzed by. Now it's fall. We're in October. Yeah. Imani Bates. And my outlook for the Cavs is, honestly, still got Donovan Mitchell, still got Darius Garland, still got Mobley, still got Jared Allen. I think last year should have put a chip on the Cavs' shoulder, especially the way they went out against the New York Knicks, losing that series 4-1 when many considered the Cavaliers as the favorite. I actually, at that time, had the Cavs winning that series in 7, and they went out in 5. But I'm going to say this. This team is going to go as far as Evan Mobley takes them. Evan Mobley has to make the most. He has to make the most. He has to be literally 20 and 10, 20 and 12. And honestly, he doesn't have to start just jacking up threes. For real. He doesn't have to do that. Not at all. He don't have to jack up threes. He just gotta, be like how LaMarcus Aldridge was back when he started off at Portland, hitting the 15-foot baseline jumper or something. If he have range up to 15 to 19 feet and he can hit that shot consistently, I'm good. The Cavs will improve dramatically. Because I'm going to be honest, it ain't going to be no cakewalk in the East. Because if you look at it in the East, you got Milwaukee with their big addition, Dame Lillard. Going with Giannis. Wow. Got Dame Lillard. And you also got in Boston, they done made changes as well. You got Drew Holiday, who was formerly of the Bucks. He is now a Celtic. To go along with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. That's going to be interesting also. And they also, I forgot to also mention, they also got Kristaps Porzingis too, who can score, but his health has been a concern. But I will say this: if 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 Porzingis can stay healthy, even though I don't know who Boston's enforcer gonna be on defense, it's like they traded more offense for defense, but we'll see. It remains to be seen. But it's gonna be an interesting race in the East, for real, for real. Then you still got Philadelphia. James Harden came to camp, so I guess he may be all in. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Then you got Cavs. And the Cavs' fortunes really depend on Mobley. If Mobley can make that jump, make that improvement up. If he can, watch out. For real, if he can. And hopefully they get over last year's first round exit against the Knicks. And like my projected Cavs starting five, for real, is you got Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland at the guards. Forwards, you got Evan Mobley, and I'm going to give the edge to Okoro coming out as the starting three. And you got Jared Allen starting at center. And the reason why I'm going to go with Okoro is you're going to need somebody that can play defense, because Darius and Donovan are not the most dynamic defenders. Let's just be real. Let's just keep it 100 on that. They're not the most dynamic defenders. And you need somebody that can get out there and defend. Be a dog out there and defend. Plus, if you really look at it, Okoro was probably the most aggressive dude on the Cavs in that playoff series against the Knicks. For real. But, and you also got Karis LeVert coming off the bench. Karis LeVert with Strus and Niang coming off the bench. And you got Tristan Thompson now coming off the bench. And last but not least, I don't know what to expect from Imani Bates this year because he's a rookie. I think the Cavs are going to probably bring him along slowly. He's probably going to see a lot of time with the G League team. He'll probably see time with the Cleveland Charge. So go see them at Cleveland State. He'll probably see a lot of time with them. But I think in the second half of the season, I think Imani is going to start to contribute more as he gets more accustomed to the NBA game. He's going to start to contribute more. It's going to be a bigger contributor than he was in the first half of the season. That's how I see it. It's definitely how I see it. Backup point guard. Now that's going to be a mystery because Ricky Rubio is back over in Spain or whatever. Ricky Rubio is not with the team. And I think it looks more likely like Ty Jerome probably going to be the backup point guard. 6'5", point guard out of Virginia, formerly of Golden State. Like I said, this year the Cavs got a lot of new faces. Either Ty Jerome or what is the other guy's name? Oh my God, he is on the Summer League team. His name done, and I forgot his name. But right now, it's probably Ty Jerome's job at backup point guard to lose. For real. Right now. Unless the Cavs go sign somebody between now and the start of the regular season. That remains to be seen. We'll see. We'll definitely see. But, and another thing far as with the Cavs and Coach JB, they need to play faster. They need to go up tempo a little bit more. Take advantage of the athletic ability of your of your wings and your center. Take advantage of that. Because you got a Okoro that's athletic and can go up and down the floor. And on top of that, Okoro could be a slasher where he can finish with either hand. Mobley can get up and down the floor. Jared Allen can get up and down the floor. Shouldn't play Clydesdale basketball. That's for sure. Take advantage of the youth and athleticism, JB. Use it as your advantage. Make teams match up to the Cavs. Don't try to match up to nobody else. No. But I think the Cavs, if they play faster, speed up the tempo. Got Garland. No, he can. I know he can bring it up quicker. And like I said, if you can have 3 20-point scorers and Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley, you got your big three right there. And Jared Allen can give you 12 to 14. And if Okoro can just give you 10, I'll take 10 points a game from Okoro. Anywhere from 10 to 12, I'll be cool with Okoro. And Jared Allen, 12 to 14. I'll be cool. I would definitely be cool with that. And you got LeVert, Strus, Yang coming off the bench, and Imani Bates. He's going to be interesting. Along with Tristan Thompson, got the enforcer, the physical enforcer factor. That's something the Cavs didn't have last season, which they definitely needed. Physical factor, veteran presence. And Tristan is a physical factor and a veteran presence. But, the Cavs play in a couple of weeks. They opened a preseason against the Atlanta Hawks down in Atlanta. And we'll see how things look then. Definitely see how things look. As far as with the Cavs are concerned. Now, let me ask y'all this. Do you think Coach Bickerstaff will be on the hot seat this year? Do you? I don't know. But I know this much. They can't go out in the first round again. I know that for sure. Especially with Donovan Mitchell's options and stuff coming up, because he chose not to re-sign far as of now. Doesn't mean that he won't re-sign at the end of next year or whatever, but right now, he chose not to re-sign right now at this time, but he still got 2 more years after this year, so we'll see what happens, basically. Definitely see what happens. But I expect big things from the Cavs. I expect at least second round this year. Better not be no first round exit. I'll tell you that. Better not be no first round exit. But hey, right now they're in training camp, getting ready for the 2023-24 season. Yes, sir. That time done went quick. Man, as far as I'm concerned, they should finish in the top 4 in the East. For real, for real. They definitely should finish in the top 4 in the East. But I'm going to move right along. Let me change my little background here. Let me get a baseball field here. Moving on to the Cleveland Guardians, whose season mercifully came to an end. This wasn't the Guardians' year. On the field, off the field, front office, you name it, stuff was messed up for the Guardians. But manager Terry Francona, who's been with the Guardians since 2013, announced that he is stepping down from his managerial duties and will take time off to get his health together. Thank you, Tito, for the years. Unfortunately, we didn't get a World Series out of you, but honestly, how can I say this? Really, to me, the front office and the ownership really, size 16 and 17, maybe 18, they haven't really tried to win since 18. For real. They haven't tried to win since 18. So, I mean, and this year, it was bad because they traded people and it was only like a game out of first place. They traded Josh Bell. They traded, what was the Guardians pitcher name? Oh my God. What is my guy's name? The right-hand starter pitcher. They traded him. They just jumped ship. The management jumped ship on Tito. And I guess Tito said, you know what? Why am I doing all this for? And the management ain't even got faith in us. And that probably is part of the reason why Tito probably is retired, To be honest, he probably will never say it publicly, but look, the Guardians ain't spending no money. No money at all. And you can't keep kicking the can down the road talking about prospects. Making trades for prospects or whatnot. Can't keep doing that. Let's think about this. Guardians organization for the last few years have prided themselves on making trades. And for the most part, they won the trades. But not this year. Not this year. They traded, first off, they started it off by trading Nolan Jones to Colorado. They just gave him away. Power hitter. Think he couldn't have worked with the Guardians lineup today? In right field? Then you traded away Will Benson. Traded him to Cincinnati. He had a productive year. But you kept the banjo hitters. You kept the Punch and Judy hitters. Like Miles Straw. I mean, then they had a disaster of a year with Gonzalez. Oscar Gonzalez, SpongeBob. Was he with the team the last month and a half? Can somebody tell me, was he with the team? Because dude disappeared in the last month and a half of the season. I seen Cole Calhoun and Raymond Laureano. Two players which I don't think they're in the Guardians' plans for the future. But, I mean, they had a bad year, for real. It's a bad year where everything just went wrong. I mean, you gotta look. But a couple of things did go right. I'll say this. You found out that you got a catcher in Bo Naylor. He started off slow, but he got it going. All right. Huh? Oh my God. Y'all didn't hear that. My son that infiltrated the household. He done infiltrated the household.
Steelers all the way.
Oh, damn. Ain't no Steelers fans allowed in the Philippines. Anyway, but like I said, going back to the Guardians, you discovered Naylor, Bo Naylor. Got your brother Naylor. You got that to look forward to. Also, honestly, I think Arias probably could be a viable player, a power hitter on this team in the future. But I don't know if it's going to be a shortstop. He might get moved to right field. Right field, probably a corner outfielder. Because the Guardians, one thing they got to do, they got to fix that outfield. 11 home runs in the starting outfield for 162 game season. This is not 1980s St. Louis Cardinal baseball. I like Quan. Honestly, they'll probably move Quan in the center. I would say for next year, move Quan in the center. And like I said, Will Brennan, he's cool, but to me, he's a fourth outfielder. Miles Straw, excellent defensive outfielder. I'm going to be honest. He's excellent in center field, but can't be batting 220 with all that speed you got. So Miles Straw would probably be a defensive replacement and a pinch runner in the future with this team. But you got to find another corner outfielder, and I'll move on to center. To be honest. Because the infield, you literally set in some ways with Jose at third. I don't know if they're going to go with Arias or Rocchio. Then you also got Jimenez at second. He ain't going nowhere. And at first, even though I'm not the biggest Josh Naylor fan playing first base, I'm a fan of his bat, though. I am a fan of his bat, his hitting game. But we'll see what that prospect that they acquire from Tampa Bay does next year. If he can make it to the team and make an impact. And pitching wise, are they or aren't they going to trade Bieber? If they're going to trade Bieber, because think about this, Bieber came back, he looked pretty decent. Quantrill came back, he looked pretty decent. Tristan McKenzie was kind of shaky in his only start back. It's kind of shaky. Only start I seen him, he was kind of shaky. The bullpen, oof, oh God. Sas Clase, man, they need that. Oh man. Sas Clase, change need to be made. But bullpens is like offensive lines every year in the NFL. But if I was the Guardians, and I'm honest about this, because you got front three, you got Gavin Williams, Trevor Bybee, and Logan Allen, your starters. And if you keep Bieber, and if you got Quantrill, that's 5 right there. Me, myself, with Tristan McKenzie, if he's raring to go next year healthy, he might be coming out the bullpen for me. And here's why. All he's going to do is focus on probably 2 pitches. Fastball and a breaking ball, or a slider, or a curve, one of the 2. And he's not going to have to go out there and throw 5 to 7 innings. He could just go out there for 1 inning a day or so and just mow people down that inning. Can you imagine a combination of McKenzie and Clase at the end of games in the 8th and 9th inning? And especially if McKenzie dead on for 1 inning? Man, might be something the Guardians might need to think of. For real. Because honestly, I don't think McKenzie can hold up as a starter. I might be wrong, but I don't think he can hold up as a starter. And I think he might be better served to come out the bullpen and be a setup man for Clase. That's what I'm thinking. But of course, I could be wrong. But that's what I would be thinking, honestly, because he's been hurt every year he's been in the big leagues and even in the minors. He's been hurt. But that's what I would consider. Also, you got, along with, as far as reserves on the Guardians, you got David Fry. He could be your backup catcher. Or one of your utility guys. He could be the backup catcher, outfielder, first baseman, third baseman. And I also like Freeman. Freeman could be your utility guy. Third, second, short. He could be the utility guy. I like Freeman. But as far as manager-wise, since Sandy Alomar took himself out the running, who is the Guardians going to hire for manager? Because, I mean, I've heard talk as far as Kevin Cash, but why would he want to come here for the same thing like Tampa? I mean, for real. At least he's winning over in Tampa. Then I heard maybe Max Venable. He sounds like a good candidate. And plus, he went to school with Chernoff. So he could be the guy. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised whenever Texas playoff run ends or right after World Series, Texas win it or not, Max Venable could probably be the guy that the Guardians hire. That definitely could be a possibility. As far as anybody else, I don't see it being DeMarlo. Hell, no. No. I think it'll probably be Max Venable. But we shall see. Just stay tuned. But anyway, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. This Sunday, there will be no pregame because the Browns are on the bye week. So, Browns pregame, postgame is on the bye week as well. Plus, I think I got to work Sunday, so I got to get that money too. So, everybody, don't forget, like and subscribe to the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. That's right, the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel here. Also, get in the group on the Loc'D On Sports 216 group on Facebook. Also, to my people that watched on LinkedIn and Twitter and YouTube, shouts out to y'all. Everybody, have a good weekend. Be safe. Oh, I can't leave y'all right yet. I can't leave y'all right just yet. I just thought about something. I'm going to do some of my NFL quick picks real quick. Let me go on my phone here. Go on the score. I tell you this. I can give you some of my NFL predictions since I got a little bit of time left. Also, rest in peace to Hall of Fame linebacker Dick Butkus, who died today at 80 years old. Rest in peace to him. And let's go. As far as tonight, we got Washington Commanders against the Chicago Bears at home. You know who I'm going with. The Washington Commanders, of course. I'm going with the Commanders. They will beat Chicago. Then, in London or England, in London, you got Buffalo going against Jacksonville. I got Buffalo. Josh Allen is hot. I got the Miami Dolphins going against the New York Giants. That offense with two in them, and if the Giants fall behind like they've been falling behind in first halves lately, Miami might score 70 again. New Orleans Saints at New England Patriots. Sorry, my man G, but I gotta go with the Patriots. I think the Patriots will pull this one out at home. Baltimore against Pittsburgh. Interesting game. But going by the quarterbacks, Lamar, Pickett, or Trubisky, I got the Ravens pulling this out. Even though with all the injuries, got the Ravens. And that's another thing. Browns always have an excuse for why they can't perform. Where Baltimore had about 7-8 starters missing. And they just said, you know what? We're going to be physical. You're going to have to stop the run, and we're going to beat y'all up. And we're going to make Dorian Thompson-Robinson still wish he was at UCLA. But I got Baltimore winning. Detroit against Carolina. I got Detroit. Detroit's going to still be rolling. Houston Texans at Atlanta. This is a pick'em game. I think Atlanta going to pull it out, honestly. Because, rookies are up and down. TJ Stroud going to be up and down this year. But so far, he's been consistent. But there's always going to be that game. And I think Atlanta will probably be that game. The TJ Stroud might struggle. Tennessee at Indianapolis. I'm going with Tennessee. Cincinnati at Arizona. This might be my upset special. I got Arizona beating Cincinnati. Come on, Josh Dobbs. Make it happen. And put Cincinnati farther in the pit with the big elf. Also, the Rams and Eagles. I got Philadelphia going into LA and defeating the Rams. But it will be a close game. Kansas City at Minnesota. Got Kansas City nearly pulling this one out. Nearly. The New York Jets at Denver Broncos. Gotta go with Russell Wilson. And Sean Payton. Got Denver pulling that out. Then on Monday night, got Dallas at San Francisco. Man, I love Dallas. Don't love Jerry Jones, but I love Dallas. But Blake Purdy is going to play better than Dak Prescott. I hate to say it. It pains me to say it. So I got San Francisco defeating Dallas. Man. But anyway, that concludes the show. Like I said, feel free to subscribe to the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. That's right, the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe to that. Also, get this out. Also, be sure to check out the Triad Committee. I don't know if they're coming in on that on Saturday, but we shall see. We shall see. Also, feel free to comment, like, share, subscribe to the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. That's right, the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. Feel free to do that. We need all the subscribers we can. But anyway, this is your man, Keith Allen. And for Sean C, signing out. Sean C, get well soon. I need you up here with me. Peace. See you soon. Loc'D On Sports 216 with me, Keith Allen, signing out.